Hi class, today you are going to take notes on day 4, which is solving word problems. What you will need in front of you is some paper, your calculator, and obviously something to write with, and maybe your trig booklet. Today we're going to use the process that we showed you on day 3 on how to find missing sides of a triangle when you cannot use Pythagorean theorem or it's not a special right triangle. What you need to do is copy down these examples. You'll have to copy down the word problem first. As I mentioned on Friday, you will be graded on the notes you bring to class on Monday. So once the word problem appears, pause the video, write down the problem, and then continue with the lesson. The steps are going to be very similar to what we showed you on day 3. So these were the steps that we showed you on day 3. You'll have to notice again that you're given one side and one angle measure. Depending on which angle you choose to use, you have to pick the correct trig ratio based off of the given angle, the given side, and the missing side. The difference today is you're going to have to draw your own triangle first, so make sure you use common sense as you're drawing and labeling your triangle. And then solve the equation. Alright, so here's your first example. Again, pause it, write down the problem first, and then take about 30 seconds to, after you read the problem, label the triangle. After you've done that, continue with the video. Alright, hopefully you've taken the time to label the triangle. You should notice that the 25 degrees is in the lower left-hand corner. It's the angle of elevation. 1800, that's how high the mountain is. So that should go on the vertical side. And the question wants you to find how long is the distance that Joe will travel snowboarding down the ski slope. Your x, or whatever variable you chose, should be on the hypotenuse. It is very important that you read the problem, once or twice so you label the triangle correctly. Once you do this, we go back to day 3, look at the given angle, look at the side you're given, look for the side you need to find, and decide what trig ratio to use. Again, you can work ahead as you're watching the video here, but based on the information that you see here, using angle 25, 1800, and x, you're going to set the equation up as a sine of 25 equals opposite over hypotenuse. From here, you should be able to solve. You're going to cross multiply, divide by the sine of 25, take out your calculator, type that in, and you will see that Joe will travel 4,259.2 feet down the ski slope. If you have any questions with these problems, make sure you make note of them, and I will answer them at the beginning of class tomorrow. All right, we'll take a look at one more example. Again, pause the video at this point, write down the problem, take the time to label the triangle, and then continue with the video. Okay, welcome back. Hopefully you have your triangle drawn and labeled. Doesn't matter what you start labeling with. Usually I pick the angle first. 48 degrees is the angle with the ground. The shadow is on the horizontal. Typically students tend to put this on the diagonal, but shadows are on the ground. So make note of that. If you put 22 on the hypotenuse, that's a common mistake. Make sure you, in the future, remember that the shadow goes on the ground. Height of the tower, height is always vertical. So X should go on the vertical side. So hopefully you labeled the triangle correctly. From here, set up a trig equation based off of 48 degrees, 22, and x. And you would pick the tangent of 48 equals opposite over adjacent, so x over 22. You will then cross multiply, solve like we showed you the other day. And x is about 24.4 feet. That would be the height of the tower. All right, hopefully this is making sense to you. The key to this is reading the problem carefully, labeling the triangle correctly, and then from there you should be able to set up any trig equation from there. I have one more for you to try. Copy this one down. This one you're going to work out all by yourself. I'm not going to have any work here for you to see. So you're going to have to draw your own triangle, come up with the work on your own. Then pause the video. After you're done working out the problem, continue with the video, and I will have the answer here for you. All right, welcome back. Hopefully you did this one correctly on your own. If you did, you would have an answer of 108 feet. All right, tomorrow we'll work on problems in class together. Make sure you have your notes with you, and we'll see you tomorrow.